Hi, welcome to another episode of Fresh Off the Dome DIY edition. And on this episode, I'm going to show you how to take this locker that I found for $100 at an antique shop and turn it into this. A locker that I use to store my shirts in. So first things first, I'm going to take out some of the dings and dents that it had in it. I used a hammer just to kind of straighten out the edges. It was pretty easy. The metal is pretty thin. Just use a little bit of finesse and tap it from the inside and outside till I got it kind of flat. Not perfect, but close enough. I then wanted to take out the shelves from the inside so I can start working on the paint. The shelves were held in with old nails, so I just took pliers and worked them till I was able to pull them out. There's what they look like. It was pretty easy for the most part. Some of the nails gave me a little bit of trouble. So I just took a paint scraper and kind of wedged it in between the nail head and the cabinet to get enough room to get the pliers in there. Be sure you're using a little bit of finesse when you're working with this. You don't want to put any more dings in it than you already have. So there you can see me working it, get the nails out. The shelves eventually came out. That's what they look like. And here's what the cabinet looks like without the shelves in it. It still has that ugly paint that we're gonna have to take care of next. Now to do this, I took it to a local sandblaster. It cost me 80 bucks. The guy sandblasted it within an hour, got it back the next day. I could have grinded it down myself, but that would have taken a lot of time. So here's what the finished product looks like when I got it from the sandblaster. You can see on the left-hand side, it's a little bit more rough, and I wanted to get it smooth like on the right-hand side, so I decided to use the grinder on it after I got it back from the sandblast shop. I used a rust remover wheel with a grinder. You can buy it at any local hardware store. They're not expensive. That's what the wheel and grinder looks like. So here I am just grinding away, trying to get a little bit shiny. After I grinded it down as much as I could, I then went over with sander. I started off with an 80 grit and then worked my way down to 200. Got it nice and shiny. I then wiped all the extra sanding dust off with a rag. I use a dry rag. Do not put water on it because this is bare metal and it will rust. So in order to keep it from rusting, I use this crystal clear enamel, this Rust-Oleum, and it comes in a spray can. Make sure you cover all of it because, again, it is bare metal after I sanded it down, and any moisture will cause it to rust, even if it's inside. So I use the whole can. You can use as much as you want. The next part I wanted is to install the shelves. So I kept an old shelf just for reference on how long the shelves were as kind of a guide. I then cut the shelves and sanded them down. Here I am sanding it. Same with the locker. I started with the 80 grit and worked my way down to 200. Once I got them nice and sanded down, it came time to install. I tapped them into place using a leveler. Be sure to make that level. You don't want to come out with crooked shelves. So be sure to use a level when you're installing them. Instead of using nails, I found these furniture screws I thought would hold better, give it a little bit more sturdiness, and they look better. They got a nice, they have a nice brass coating that looks pretty nice. Next thing is I drilled holes for the new screws. Installed them one at a time. I'd be sure to check that level. You don't want crooked shelves. Again, this is a little bit more of a detailed part. Next thing you want to do is screw in the new nails, and this is what the final product looks like. Cool. I hope y'all enjoy. See you next time.